Starting from a comfortably seated position. Let's inhale the arms up. And exhale into your heart center. And again, inhale the arms high. Exhale, bend. And squeeze the shoulder blades back. Bring them together in front. Press at the elbows. And release. We're going to transition onto our backs. Hug your knees in and let your spine be flat. Press the back of the head into the floor. Feel the shoulder blades make a connection all the way down to your hips. Let's go ahead and start with some core. Place your feet on the mat so that you can bring your hands behind your hips. Knees come up, extend them high. Lift your head so that your chin to chest, and this allows you to press from the belly button all the way through to the back into the mat. All right? We'll start by simulating walking. Keep your belly pressing down, lower one leg, and then scissor switch to the other leg. Keep going. Keep breathing and alternating. You can go at the speed that works best for you. Okay? I like to speed it up. Press the belly, press, press, press. You can pause and do that a few more rounds. Okay? Then I like to do the scissors. So it's crisscrossing at the ankles with an internal rotation of your legs. You can lower it down as long as your low back stays connected to the mat. Okay? Crisscrossing, faster and faster and faster. If this is easy, you can start to lower, bring your head down, but never disconnect the connection to the mat. If it does, lift the head, bring the legs back up, and reconnect the lower back to the floor. Good stuff. Bring the knees into the chest. Good. Then we'll place the feet on the mat. Use the elbows to press and lift. The hips come up, but you don't need to make a connection with your hands. Keep the hands back. Press the elbows, squeeze the shoulders in. Some people like to bring the hands together behind the back. I'm okay with that. Allows the shoulders to squeeze in even more, which is beautiful. However, don't hyperextend those elbows. Keep the elbows slightly bent and press them down to lift your hips. I'm a bigger fan of the hands at the side body, pressing to lift. Beautiful. And what we're looking for in the neck is that it's not on the mat. Press the back of the head down from between the eyebrows into the floor. Chin is in neutral, neither lifted nor tucked. We want to protect the vertebrae in the neck. Good. Keep pressing the elbows to lift. Stamp your feet straight down into the earth, neither pushing or pulling with the feet, although a little pulling is okay. Last breath here, and then exhale, lower it down. Good. I like to bring my arms overhead. It really expands the rib cage, allows you to take a nice deep breath. Okay? And as always, I kind of like to still contract right around the belly button, always squeezing the core. There's no need to let the lower back flop. It just keeps it in a more vulnerable state. Very nice. From here, we're going to bring one leg up, holding at the shin bone, pulling the knee as high to the shoulder as you can. And then you're going to extend the other leg. If that's too much of a stretch, keep the knee bent. And then from here, we'll transition to stretching the inner thigh. I like to bring my knee all the way up, grabbing my foot, crossing the body to catch the heel, same side to catch the outer edge of the foot. Roll the body. Notice my knee making the connection on the floor. Never lose that connection. Start to open up the front body, and then this leg that's up in the air can come down to a bent knee, or it can extend out. Some people like to float it. It's a real nice push out into the open space there. Notice my shoulders are drawing back, not being pulled up by the foot. And this heel, the leg here with the bent knee. If it's starting to drift towards the midline, be aware of that and just correct it so that you have a nice right angle, okay? Beautiful stretch. Let's bring this leg back in and switch. You don't have to turn, I will. Good. So again, holding at the shin, pulling the knee to the shoulder. Beautiful feeling in the hip there. And then bending the knee, bringing that leg all the way in, allowing the hands to catch A, the outer edge of the foot, B, the heel. Roll until your knee is on the mat. Then decide where this leg will be most comfortable, either in a bent knee position or in a straight leg. This would be a straight leg. This is the bent knee. You decide. We call this half happy baby. And then this leg will come back up. We're now a little bit more warmed up to grab both feet, okay? Shoulders draw towards the earth. This is position A. If you're able to open it up, you can straddle out. Try to keep your tailbone moving to the earth. So you need to soften the belly so that this can release down. If holding onto the feet is not an option, then rest your hands either at the calves or inner thigh. I like to suggest pulling on the inner thighs, pressing out and reaching out through the soles of the feet. Really spread your toes, pull the shoulders back. So either here, and I like to re-grip a couple of times, make these quads fire, work those thighs. Otherwise, if you're here, we're still pulling back, opening the legs, and firing the quads. When you're done, release, feet back to the mat. Use elbows and help to lift your pelvis. Tuck that tailbone and feel the tailbone reaching towards the front of the room. Work the shoulders in a little bit more and press. Good. Start moving your chest more and more towards your chin, but keep your chin in neutral and keep the back of the head pressing against the floor. Last breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and lower all the way down to the mat. Big breath in, big breath out. When you are in a neutral state with the body, including the spine, obviously, then your back will have a natural curve. Do not press down your spine when you're in a relaxed state. It is only when you're activating core that it protects the low back to press it into the floor because we're contracting abs. From here, let's do a twist. So bend your right knee and shift your hip this way. You can move over to the left. I like to put my hand on my knee, work it towards the floor. If it's better for you to have the option of a block here, you can work that way. Okay, so twist, press the inside of your foot to the floor and let your upper rib cage open out. Take a pause and stay here as long as you'd like, meaning the video. Then we'll do the second side. Notice the hips, shift. Bottom leg extends, top knee is bent. Bring it across the body. And again, if you would like the support of a block under the knee, that's fine. Otherwise, I bring the knee to the ground, pressing the inside of the foot to the mat, moving this rib cage away from the opposite knee. Actually, they're the same side. Feel free to pause the video and stay in these twists as long as you like. Bring yourself back onto your backs. Hips back into a neutral space. When you exhale, bring the knees into the chest. And we'll do one last variation, and that is halasana. If you have any issues with your eyes, any glaucoma, these are contraindicated, so please do not bring your legs over your head. Otherwise, if you feel comfortable, go ahead and extend the legs. Use a little press of the hands and activation of the core. Go ahead and lift them up and over. Grab onto your backs and bring your toes to the mat. Another option is to have a chair right here and let your feet rest on the chair. As a matter of fact, I will demonstrate that. Tuck the shoulders, and always, always press the back of the head. Keep your chin in neutral. If you drop the chin to your chest, you're flattening your cervical curve. That is not good for your spine, so please don't do that. Okay, here it is with a chair, and here it is without. Very nice. When you release, use your core if you like, on your spine, as slowly as you can. A little bit of rocking is a really fine thing. And then release. A couple of breaths is really nice. And then if you've got your phone or your video close by, go ahead and hit pause and take a nice little relaxation.